All right, one person on. I guess I'll get started here. Somebody will watch it on the feedback, I guess. Anyway, I got a bunch of Gingher sewing scissors in to be sharpened. And this is what's called a blunt nose shears. And we're going to test them first. And they don't cut. There's like a spot right in the middle where they're not cutting. And if you can see along this line here, there's where the problem is, right there. So we're going to clean them up first. All right, if you just joined us, we just got started here. These are Gingher blunt nose sewing scissors. See, they got a blunt nose on them. And they just had a little corrosion on the inside of the blade, and I'm using the, hey buddy, what's going on? I saw you doing that today, so that's cool. So we're cleaning that up. We'll clean them all up first and test them. So let's do the next pair, then we'll go to the sharpening. So here's another pair of Ginghers, and it's got just a little corrosion. And Vinny, what I was telling you about is looking at that inside edge. Can you see that little line? That's wear on those scissors right there and across there. It's hard to see in the camera, but that's the problem on these shears. See, there's a little corrosion there, and there's a little nick in the blade. And they just need some love. So I'm gonna clean them up. And then we'll go to the sharpening on the twice as sharp. Are you talking about the wheel that comes, the standard 100 grit wheel that comes with it, Vinny? Yes, it's very messy. I knew you were gonna have an issue with that. And it wears fast too. It wears super fast. I went through my first stone in 6 months sharpening, and they're not cheap. So that's why I went to the diamond. So all I'm doing is cleaning the inside of the shears up here. There's another pair. Got some rust on it right there. I'm not worried about the bevel because we're going to polish that. I mean, sharpen and polish that. So I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about the inside of the scissor. And this is a Scotch-Brite radial wheel, a 400 grit. I have a 400 and an 880 grit on this bench grinder. I use this thing for so many different things. It works great. You just got to be careful not going the wrong way on it. So it's got a little pit right there, and there's nothing I can do about that pit. Let me see if I can get it out with the 80 wheel. It's coming off. Little rust spots. You got them wet or something. That's good enough. Hey, JC. So anyway, Vinny, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can see it. You can see it in the camera. I can see that light. You shouldn't see that edge. You should not see an edge. It should be just perfectly flat across there, and it's not. It's worn. And so these scissors, she said she'd never had them sharpened before. See that? They don't cut, and that's where that wear is. So we got to fix that. So the pinking shears is what I'm going to do last. And I don't need to clean anything up on these. They're really, really nice. They've never been sharpened before. They actually cut pretty well. They're a little jaggedy, so she wants them a little crisper than this. I mean, that's pretty tough going across there. And you can't see it on the fibers there, but it's not as crisp as it should be for a pinking shear. So anyway, we're done with that. And we're gonna bring in the twice as sharp. And I'm gonna move the camera just a little bit. I'm gonna have y'all hang on 1 second. Hey, text your mom what we want. All right, sorry about that. So we're gonna do the blunt nose first. Get out our magic marker. I'm in a terrible spot for light. Hey, so calm. No, not every day, just once in a while. Most of the time I'm doing clipper blades and salon shears, and so I don't usually turn the camera on for that. Nobody cares about that stuff. And I'm usually wearing a mask when I do those, so I can't talk, and I can't see the screen where my sharpening station is set up. So now we're trying to see the edge. I'm gonna move this just a little bit here. The hardest part of sharpening sewing scissors is finding the correct edge angle. That takes the longest amount of time. There it is. You can hear the sound of it. Sounds good. So I may be a little off on that. I'm gonna come up just a hair. And I went too far. It's finding the sweet spot. No, I don't need anything like that. It's not saving that much time. I'm not that big of a hurry. It's right there. We'll do a first pass here. And we see the wear spot right there. A little more pressure. One more pass. No, they're not the same. They're different every time, it seems, even within the same brand. So we got just a little bit there and a little bit at the back. So that looks good there, and we got a burr. All right, let's do a scratch. I'm way off there, so. Pretty good. There we go. Dead on. It's just a buffing wheel is what it is. It's kind of a fiber type material on it. This is a diamond wheel. And the right side is a fiber honing or polishing wheel. And we still don't have a burr. It's pretty clean, but I don't feel a burr. I want a burr on there. And I see that wear line still. Hey, Robert. All right, more passes. I still see some wear. And that looks good. And I am not going to use the buffing wheel on this one because I want these just super sharp. And I don't always use the buffing wheel. All right, where's my stone here? It's also Friday night, so cheers. So now I'll just use a little bit of rubbing alcohol. Scotch Brite pad. There wasn't much of a burr. All right. Look a lot better. Now let's see if I've done my job. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Where they were not cutting all the way through the blade, now they're just cutting just super smooth. Nice edge on the fabric. She'll be happy with those. So let's go to the next pair. And she has some kind of little tie on there, and I don't know why, but I'm not going to take it off. There's some damage right there. She's not going to probably cut back there, but I can also see the damage along that blade there. So, now typically Gingher dressmaker scissors are 60 degrees on the finger blade side and 15 degrees on the thumb side. Typically. Oh, I didn't get that side real good here. All right. So it's supposed to be around 15 degrees on this side. Let's see if it is. "15 degrees. So here we go. Let's sharpen that first blade. And I'm looking at this inside line as I'm grinding. I shouldn't see anything there. I shouldn't see any reflection of light whatsoever, and I still do. So you can see I missed the tip, and I got a burr all the way across the blade. Let's see if we can get that tip. So we're all the way across the tip now. I feel like I needed to get a little bit more up here at the tip. I still see a little light shining on that. One more. And I'm just lightly pressing that. Looks good. I am going to hone this one. All right, so we got one blade done. Looks good. Looks real good in the light. All right, so this side should be around 60 degrees. So this does have, is it 60? Wait a minute, let me look at my chart. I said 60, it's 45. So we'll set it at 45 and see if we're close. And we're real close. Yeah, we might have moved a little bit. A little bit more. That looks good. That feels good. Sounds good. Not all the way across the blade. Hey Warren, Monte Carlo? I don't know what that is. Looks real good. Oh yeah, and I've got a nice burr all the way across the blade. All the black is gone. Now let's hone it. All right. Here's my pink stone. I want to flip that burr back over. Work the inside of that blade. I like to use a little piece of wood, but you can use leather, you can use a cork. Then I like to finish with a Scotch-Brite pad and alcohol. All right, let's try these out now. Yay, Sam, good to hear from you. You're exactly right. It's good at taking a burr off of scissors. And speaking of alcohol, cheers, folks. Let's try them out now. Don't make a liar out of me. How about that? Oh. Where they were not cutting all the way through the blade, they're cutting like butter now. She'll be super happy. Awesome. So here's some heavier material. This is for like This is for a couch. This is from one of my upholsterers. So it's heavier materials. I like to get the feel of that. Oh, it's just wonderful. Look at that, crisp and clean, crisp cut. And that's what you want. She'll be happy with those. All right, let's do another pair. And then we'll finish with the painting shears. So here's another pair of Ginghers. I got some goop on them. I like Ginghers. I think they're fantastic. I think the Fiskars stink. I had a lady bring me a brand new pair of Fisker sewing scissors. She just bought them, and they didn't cut. All right, so I got all the goop off of it. Get out a marker. Now, some people like red marker, some people like blue. On sewing scissors, I seem to see it better by using black, but on my salon shears, I like red. Yeah, sad. And even the newer Gingher ones suck. All right, we got something on that blade. I think there's some tape or something on here. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, so we still got the clamp at about 45 degrees, so we'll start with that side. And see, it's not the same as the other pair. Yeah, or eBay, if they're not damaged on eBay. I have a lady in Houston that collects old scissors, and she'll bring me 10 or 12 at a time. She buys on eBay. Some have been damaged sharpening. Somebody tried to sharpen them and probably used a 1x30 or something like that, a veil. They don't understand the geometry of a scissor. There it is. So you can hear the difference. I can feel and I can hear the difference in the. I'm going to check it back here. You can see it's different. So you guys got to find you new sharpeners out there with new twice as sharp. Sometimes you got to change the edge angle several times to find a happy point, if that makes sense. Yep. I had somebody the other day that brought me a pair of salon shears that they used to do some kind of pull-through sharpener. You know the husband did that because he's the one that brought the shears and said it was his wife's shears. Oh, the Monte Carlo. Okay, yeah. Instead of an old-fashioned. Yeah, not tonight, man. Not tonight. Now I remember telling you that. See, that's what happens when you drink them and tell people things. You forget. That's bad. Oh, yeah. Okay, we got a nice burr on there. So let's go to the honing side. You guys can't see the honing side, can you? Move it over. Yep. Husband thinks he can sharpen anything. And guess what? He can't. Sam's been around. He knows all the happening of what's going on in the sharpening business. I don't say anything. I just do it. I just try to fix it. I look at it and say, I think I can fix it. I can't guarantee I can't fix it. I can fix it, but you know, do what you can do. All right. So I got the angle on that pretty quick. JC, you can learn. All of this can be learned. It just takes time. I've been doing this for 10 years and I'm always learning something. I learned a lot when I went to that sharpening conference in Reno. You always pick up something. That's why I watch all of y'all's videos all the time. I learned something from all of you guys. Even the new guys. You guys have a fresh outlook on things. And that's a good thing. I don't like when old guys say, that's the way we've always done it. And that's the way why we still do it that way. Well, there might be a better way. Might be a better machine. Try it. Yeah, she does. She's going to have one in Mexico next year. I can't go, but one of these days I'll go to one of her conferences for sure. My goal is to do one every year going forward. To do one next year, unless they have one late in the fall. Daughter getting married this summer. So that's going to take up our time for this year. You see what I didn't? I was talking and I didn't flip that burr over. It's okay. Hopefully it's fine. She's in Georgia. Loganville, Georgia. Try something new, exactly. You know, there's better equipment all the time. There's better ways of doing things. There's faster ways of doing things. That's why, like I said, I watch all y'all's videos. Usually in the mornings, I'll get on YouTube and watch. Oh, cutting great. Cutting great. So that's done. Okay, pink shears. Pinking shears. And these are cutting okay. They're right there at the tip. They're pulling and see the fibers. So you guys that are new to this, they don't want those fibers to fray like that. They want those fibers. The whole idea of a pinking shear is to almost encapsulate those fibers on the end so it doesn't fray. So they get really frustrated. That doesn't work correctly. And you can't always fix pinking shears. Sometimes they're too far gone. And I tell people, hey, I'll try to make them cut better. If I can't make them cut better, you don't owe me anything. I'm just telling you. But it doesn't do any good if they don't cut well now. So they're not losing anything. They're just trying to save some money and keep from buying a new pair. With scissors, make sure you tell people, I'll do the best I can on it. Because some scissors are so jacked up, you can't fix them. I know there's some sharpeners out there think they can fix anything. I'd like to go to the blade show too. I'm not a knife maker or anything like that, and so I like to count the valleys, make sure I'm the same on both sides. I need a new clamp. I'm doing 5 valleys. Y'all remind me that when I get to the other side, because I'll forget. I'm drinking beer. Yep, that's exactly right. All right, so pinking shears are usually 0 or possibly negative. I'm going to start negative. And it's a little more than negative. Let's see if we can get it a little further. Let's see if it's towards the back. Let's see what it looks like towards the back. And remember that pinking shear same angle on both sides. I can't see in the light here. Hold on. Yeah, I need a little bit more angle on there. All right, that's good. It's about 1 degree negative. And the light is blinding me here off those scissors. I'm still off. Just a hair. All right, that looks real good. Okay, one more pass. And you don't want to use the wheel on that. This has to be super crisp all the way across. So don't buff it off. Don't use the buffer on pinking shears. They will not cut as crisp. All right, last pass. This is a short video tonight. Okay, a couple more passes here, and I hope these things cut well. All right, we got it all the way across. Okay. So this is what I like to do. I got to find my nylon brush. So here's the pinking shears, and I just do a little nylon brush on them first. And then the open and close. Let's clean them. Well, I hope you do. You got to get Benedictine liqueur. It tastes really close to an old-fashioned. All right, don't make a liar out of me. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All the way through the tip, crisp and clean. Perfect. She will be super happy. Hey, sometimes we get lucky here. Don't have to sharpen again. So there we go. There's pinking shears. We only had a 35-minute one tonight. So 35 minutes. 35 minutes I sharpened 3 pairs of scissors and a pinking shear and made $40. And she brought them this afternoon. She found me on Google. She lived fairly close to me and brought them over, dropped them off. I didn't have to leave the house. And she'll be happy. She'll come pick them up tomorrow morning. And we're done, you know? So you can't beat that. So I appreciate you guys watching. And we'll do something else tomorrow. I got some knives tomorrow. It's slow, starting to get slow. I'm gonna take off next week. So I turned down a couple of people to bring stuff in. I do have some mail in coming, and I'll do those next week and try to mail it out around Christmas. Hey, thanks JC. Thanks Warren, Sam, Vinny, if you're still on. I hope y'all have a great evening. I hope you have a great Christmas if I don't talk to y'all again. Happy New Year. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Or if you don't celebrate the holidays at all, I hope you just have a great week. Y'all take care. Have a good one. Take care, Sam.